channel. It's T, and yeah, hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you're listening to the government, staying at home, and you know, keeping all of us safe. We can beat this together, I believe so. Right, so today I'm just gonna do a quick get to know me tag. I've got 20 questions in front of me, and I'm going to try and answer them to the best of my ability. Okay, so the first question is, how old are you? When is your birthday? So right at the moment, I'm 26 years old, and my date of birth is the 5th of May, 1993. So me and Chris Brown, we are sharing the same birthday, but he doesn't know that. He will know one day. Right, so how tall are you? What's your height? I'm 5'2", so I'm really short, but you know, I make it work. We make it work. That's all we can do. How many siblings have you got? So I'm the third born. I'm number 3 of 4 girls. Yeah, we got no boys at all, so you can imagine how crazy the house was. But yeah, it was really fun though, and yeah, there was loads of fighting, and I probably look like I'm the troublemaker, but I'm not. I will give that to my second born. So yeah, she's gonna kill me. Right, so what is my favorite color? I'd have to say, I know it sounds really cliche, but I'd have to say blue. I've always just liked blue. And another color I do like is a burnt orange. I just like the way it complements, you know, the darker skins. What is your favorite drink? Okay, for me, I'm not really a hot drink person. I do drink tea and coffee, very rare. I'll probably say once or twice a month. That's it. And who is your best friend? So my best friend will have to be Sammy. So hopefully one day, you know, when this virus is over and we're allowed out, she will come here and she will come and say hello to everybody. And what are your hobbies? So for me, it would have to be singing. I love anything to do with hair. You know, I like to experiment with makeup as well. And yeah, to be honest, those would have to be my hobbies. I'm not going to try and stretch it any longer because yeah, those two, you know, 3 things are what I really like to do. So next, what is your favorite movie? To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I like my series really, and if I had to choose one, it would have to be The Grimm, honestly. Whoever's written that, they have common sense. Sorry guys, my hair's just a mess, but you know what? We're gonna leave it as it is because right now, COVID-19 won't let you do anything to your hair, so just manage with me. Sorry, I've dropped my questions. So next one is favorite sports, and do you play any? And the reason I laugh is because people think I've never played any sports or I don't play any sports. When I say people, I'm talking about my best friend. And so when I was back in school, my favorite sports, and you know, the sports I did, you know, take part in were running, long jump. I was surprisingly good at that considering my legs are so short. Oh god, I like everything from English food, African food. I love Ghanaian dishes as well. And if I had to pick something though, it'd have to be something with I don't know guys, honestly, I like so many variety, but if I do have to pick one, let me just give me a moment to think. I'd have to say spaghetti bolognese. I don't know, something like that, you know, I don't know. Right, favorite subject. My favorite subject back in school was actually science. I was really good at business studies as well, but I preferred science. Even though when I went into 6th form, I went ahead to do business studies, and your girl was an A-star student, distinction star. And I'm not joking, I'm gonna get my certificate out to prove it because people are gonna think I'm messing around, but I'm not. Right, so who's my hero? My hero would have to be my mother. I know it sounds really cliche, you know, everyone's gonna choose their parents or whatever, but you know what? My mom is the most selfless person in this whole world. She would literally give her arms and her legs to anyone, not even just her children, anyone. And I do look up to her. You know, I hope to be as independent as she is, and you know, she was and still is. And yeah, shout out to my mummy. You're gonna get to see her one day. She doesn't really like to be on camera, but she's got no choice, so you will see her one day. Right, so the next question is, how many children have you got? I have one only for now, one. And obviously you might have seen him in my intro video. His name is Josiah. He'll be 1 on the 24th of April. And yeah, so next question is, what is my greatest accomplishment? Once again, as cliche as it might sound, that would have to be my son. Honestly, he's completely changed my life for the good. You know, before I had him, I mean, yeah, of course I was selfish, you know, like most people, but you know, it's just, it still amazes me to this day how you can love someone so much, even more than yourself. And to be honest, it's something you'd have to experience, you know, in order to know like what I'm talking about. So yeah. And next question is, what age did you move out? Let me just count this. Right guys, so I was 22 when I moved out. I'm 26 now, so I was 22 when I moved out. And it was so abrupt, it was so rushed. Literally, I think I got a job offer in a different town, and I worked there for about 6 weeks, you know, driving up and down, you know, back and forth. And then, you know, obviously I didn't even tell my mum I was looking for places. I literally just came back, you know, the next few days later. And I said, all right, mum, okay, I've got a place, I'm moving out. And she was so shocked. And even when we talk about it today, she said, you just move out. You didn't even tell me. But do you know what? It's done now. Like, you know, I'm quite happy with that decision as well, because it's taught me how to just, you know, be on my own, be independent, look after myself, and not rely on my mummy so much. Love you, mum. So next question is, what is your shoe size? So for me, it depends on what type of shoe we're talking about, but I would say I'm in between size 4 and 5, sometimes 5.5, it depends anyway. So it says, on a bad day, what would you do to make yourself feel better? For me, honestly, I try not to have bad days, because personally, I think I'm a very happy person, and I like to stay as happy as I can. I mean, obviously sometimes you're not going to get that every day. So for me, when I'm feeling down or I'm not, you know, too cheerful today, I listen to a bit of music, I go for a walk sometimes, and yeah, that's about it really. Just do something to occupy my time and not think about whatever issue I've got going on. Next question, it will have to be, sorry guys, I'm literally just picking and choosing. I've got over 50 questions written down here, but I don't want to make this video too long. And yeah, pets. Have you got any pets? For me, no. When I was younger though, when I was a teenager, I did try to have a pet. Someone gave me a cat actually. But yeah, so I brought it home, and my mom said if I don't move that cat, I would find it butchered in the sink the next day. So obviously I had to give that cat away, and yeah, I don't know where the cat is now, but yeah. And next question is, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Okay, so for me, in the next 10 years, I do hope to be accomplished in, you know, what I'm doing right now, because, you know, like I did tell you guys, it's something I've always wanted to do. I just, I think I spent so many years procrastinating, oh, I'm gonna do it, and that's one of my weaknesses actually. So it's something I wanna work on and develop myself, and, you know, educational wise as well. So I went to a uni, and it didn't go too well. Honestly, it wasn't really for me. I did the first year there, and after that, honestly, I felt really down, I felt really depressed, and I didn't want to go into lectures. And it wasn't even a case of where, you know, I was going out partying with my friends all the time. No, it just genuinely, I didn't enjoy it at all. So I remember I was so scared, obviously being from an African background. All my sisters went to uni, and honestly, I think the reason I made that step was because I felt like that was what was expected of me to do. And obviously, so it got to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore. Who do I speak to? Do I speak to my mum or my dad? You know, so eventually I got the courage, and I spoke to my mum about it. And you know what, guys, the reaction she gave me wasn't something I was expecting. I was expecting, Toby, you must study, you must do this. But do you know what, honestly, what my mum said to me, and I still remember it to this day, she said, do you know what, you've given it a go, you've tried, I will always be here to support you, and your mental state is more important to me than anything else. I was shocked. I literally, I couldn't even close my mouth. Even like when I was leaving uni, she came, you know, she helped me move my stuff with her car, everything, because I wasn't driving at that point. And when we got home, I was even, you know when you feel like something's too good to be true, like I was like, I'm waiting for a blowout later. But do you know what? It wasn't like that at all. Like, she was just completely supportive. So yeah, like, that woman is my rock. So yeah. And oh, what's your nationality? Sorry, of course, Nigerian, Niger baby, show your power, show your power. So yeah, of course, I'm Nigerian. And yeah, and what's your favorite thing about being a Nigerian woman? Guys, so many things. I know it sounds really dumb, but I wouldn't want to be from anywhere else. Yes, we've got our misconceptions about Nigerians. We are fraudsters, we are this, we are that, we're demons, No. For me, I'm speaking for myself anyway. I'm not speaking for anybody else. But yeah, so my favorite things would have to be our parents. Honestly, guys, if you want pure comedy, you need to be in a Nigerian house. Literally, pure comedy. Let me tell you, you need to be in a Nigerian house. And of course the food as well, certain parts of a tradition. Obviously it's not everything I go with, you know. I do have some traditions that I do respect and I think it's good. Some I think is a bit, you know, silly, outdated, and you know, so I just pick a bit of both, you know, from, you know, being in a westernized country as well. I just pick a little bit of both, and that's just my doctrine. That's just how I live my life, to be honest. So yeah, and what are your insecurities? I don't know, honestly, this question, I feel like I'm quite happy with myself. I mean, there's room for improvement, you know, but I like my eyes, I like my nose, I love my lips, I love my ears. The only thing I don't like is my chunky bingo wing arms. That's the only thing I don't like. And yeah, honestly, in general, I'm quite like happy with myself, you know, because for me, I never used to be, but do you know what? Yeah, I just thought about it, like, be grateful for what you have, you know. Some people are born without limbs, some people are born blind, some people are born deaf, but for the fact that I came out as a healthy 12-pound baby and I'm still here today, I give thanks to God. That's all I can do. Even if I've got insecurities, I just have to learn to love myself. Because for me, like, I see a lot of girls going under the knives, and you know, I see a lot of YouTubers, you know, they would promote self-love and then end up going under the knives themselves. So their followers and subscribers are a bit like, but you said you're happy, you know. And I promise you guys, honestly, I'm not that person. Let me tell you something. I had a C-section, yeah, when I had my son, and let me tell you, that pain is enough. Hey, you people that go and do breast, you go and do Brazilian ass. I can't do it. I can't. I really can't do it, because even the pain I felt from that, it was, that hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt, you know. Especially the healing process. It took about how many weeks? Oh God, it took a very long time actually, because obviously with that you're still expected to, you know, pick up baby, breastfeed and everything, and it was just really hard. So obviously I want to thank my mum as well for coming over to support me, and my sister, my little sister, she was here for about 2 weeks. My mum was here for about another 2 weeks, so I had quite a lot of help. And for me, if I didn't have to have surgery, I wouldn't have. But you know, unfortunately at that point, my because I was induced quite early, my son's heart rate was fluctuating, you know, up and down. So obviously for his sake, and obviously for my sake as well, we just had to get him out as quickly as possible. But yeah, honestly, that's the only surgery I'll be having. And another instance where I would go for surgery is if, God forbid, I've got a medical condition and my life depended on it, or you know, the quality of my life depended on it. Then that would be the only way I will be going under that knife again. Because let me tell you, even before my C-section, I'd never had anything, no hospital, nothing, no surgery, no operation, and nothing. So when they put me under that bright light, I said, hey, but my God, is that you? Honestly, it was really scary, because you feel like your body is just there and you can't feel anything. It's literally only your mind that's busy working. So yeah, and yeah, so I think I've got through most of the questions, and I don't know, guys, if there's anything I've missed out, you can leave it in the comment down below. I would have to do like a part 2 if you guys would like to hear more. I'd have to do a part 2 in a second video. So yeah, and yeah, that will be all, guys. Stay safe and have a great Sunday. Mwah.